In the early days of the 20th century, the world was a vastly different place. The Industrial Revolution was in full swing, powers were shifting, and tensions were mounting. Europe was a powder keg, with old alliances and rivalries threatening to ignite at any moment. A complex web of political intrigue, economic ambitions, and imperialistic tendencies had created a climate ripe for conflict. On the 28th of June, 1914, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary set off a chain reaction. This event in the heart of Sarajevo was the spark that ignited the powder keg and catapulted the world into what would come to be known as the Great War, or World War I. By the 4th of August, in that same year, Britain had declared war on Germany, marking the beginning of a horrific 4 years that would forever change the landscape of the world. The Central Powers, led by Germany and Austria-Hungary, squared off against the Allies, primarily France, Russia, and the United Kingdom. In the trenches of the Western Front, soldiers experienced the brutality of modern warfare for the first time. The introduction of tanks, machine guns, and chemical weapons brought about unprecedented levels of destruction and loss of life. In 1915, the world witnessed the infamous Gallipoli campaign, a failed attempt by the Allies to control the sea route from Europe to Russia. This 8-month-long battle resulted in over 300,000 casualties and ended in a victory for the Central Powers. By 1917, the tides of war had begun to shift. The Russian Revolution led to Russia's withdrawal from the war, and the United States, initially neutral, entered the conflict on the side of the Allies. This addition of resources and manpower was a turning point in the war. The final year of the war, 1918, saw a series of successful Allied offensives culminating in the armistice on the 11th of November. This marked the end of the war, a conflict that had lasted over 4 years, involved over 30 nations, and resulted in the death of over 17 million people. In summary, World War I, sparked by the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, was a global conflict that lasted from 1914 to 1918. It involved a complex web of alliances and rivalries and introduced the world to the horrors of modern warfare. The war saw key events such as the Gallipoli campaign and the entry of the United States, and ended with the armistice in November of 1918. This conflict marked a turning point in world history, setting the stage for significant political, economic, and social changes in the years to follow. It was a war that forever changed the landscape of the world and left an indelible mark on the course of the 20th century.